A Portrait of an Entrepreneur with Elon Musk by Michael Garraway. Elon Musk's personal life. Musk grew up and went to grade school in South Africa. Throughout his early years of school, Musk was bullied for being a quote-unquote nerd and being small for his age. He continued to be bullied until he hit a growth spurt and learned karate and wrestling to defend himself. His parents were divorced. He lived throughout his childhood with his father in South Africa. After grade school, Musk moved to Canada with a goal of becoming an American citizen. More to come on this topic later. Elon Musk's early education. As it was stated in the previous slide, Musk went to grade school in South Africa. He was always an avid reader while growing up, along with being interested in computer programming. As a child, Musk taught himself computer programming and continued to better his skills. At the age of 12, Elon Musk was skilled enough to sell the code to a video game that he had created. While in South Africa, Musk attended Waterkloof School Preparatory School before attending Branston High School. He eventually graduated from Pretoria Boys High School. After graduation, to his dad's dismay, he moved to Canada to attend Queen's University. Musk's mother lived in Canada, and he felt that going to Canada with her to attend a university would be the smoothest path to eventually reaching his goal of obtaining American citizenship. After being at Queen's University for 3 years, he transferred to the University of Pennsylvania. While there, Musk earned an undergraduate degree in economics. After graduation, Musk made a move to attend Stanford University. His plan was to pursue a PhD in energy physics. After being at Stanford for 2 days, Musk decided to drop out. Musk's early career included launching his first company in 1995 alongside of his brother. The company, Zip2, was an internet city guide for a newspaper company. Musk eventually sold Zip2 for $307 million and also $34 million in stock options. Moving forward, Musk took his earnings from Zip2 to start at X.com. X.com is an online financial services and payment company. The creation of X.com led to the creation of PayPal. Throughout this process, Musk earned his first $1 billion when eBay acquired PayPal. Musk's third company was Space Exploration Technologies Corporation, also known as SpaceX. SpaceX was founded with the thought of building a spacecraft for commercial space travel. The innovation in this company led to NASA awarding SpaceX with a contract to transport cargo loads to the International Space Station. This was the first time that NASA had given the opportunity of taking supplies to the International Space Station to a private company. One of the main goals that SpaceX is striving to achieve is to significantly reduce the cost of human spaceflight. Musk's fourth company, and most recent and talked about in the news, Tesla. The company was founded by Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenny. Musk led the Series A round of investments in 2004. Musk contributed more than $30 million to the company. That same year, Musk joined Tesla's board of directors as the chairman. Although he was not one of the original founders of the company, Musk is considered to be a co-founder. Musk is a huge part of the company, being named CEO in 2007 and has been CEO ever since. Tesla's mission is to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. What does Elon Musk think of the education in the United States? Here's a short video of Musk being asked about the education system.
Hey Elon, Ted Tagami with an educational company called Magnitude.io. I had the good fortune of meeting you back in September, watching your 5 sons launch their own rockets, Black Rock Desert.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
That was fun.
And since then, we've actually had the great fortune of sending students' payloads up to the International Space Station. And we're now working with CASIS to extend that. We'd like 50 million students to get on the International Space Station, their experiments on the space station by 2014. Okay. So my question to you is more about the innovations in education and your thoughts. That same year that I met you and your sons, you announced Ad Astra.
Oh yeah.
And before the advent of Neuralace gets fully implemented, What are your thoughts on the innovations in education today? Thank you.
Just thoughts on education. I think there's maybe there are definitely some good schools out there, but I think some of the mistakes, at least in my opinion, that I see being made in education is that people, the teachers do not explain why kids are being taught a subject. You just sort of get dumped into math and like, well, why are you learning math? What's the point of this? This seems like some, for some people, like maybe it's, I don't know why I'm being asked to do these strange problems. But the why of things is extremely important, because our brain has evolved to not to discard information that it thinks has no relevance. So then, if on the one hand you're being asked to memorize or learn, say, formulas, but you do not know why this is the case, then you have this cognitive dissonance of it seems irrelevant, but I'm being told to remember it, so I'll be punished. so I better remember it. But so the why of things is very important, and then being able to, and then picking kind of a problem, and then using various educational tools to solve that problem, like using math or physics or economics to solve that problem, is far more engaging than teaching the tools. It's the difference between if you say, well, we're going to take apart this engine and see how it works and put it back together again. And then in order to take the engine apart, we need wrenches and screwdrivers and a winch and Allen keys and whatnot. And then in the course of solving the problem of taking the engine apart and putting it back together, you learn about wrenches and screwdrivers and all the tools that you need. And then now you understand the relevance. This is why wrenches are important.
So as you can see, Elon Musk thinks it is important for students to have an understanding as to why they are learning the information. This is similar to what we have been discussing throughout this course. Engaging students in their education so they can relate it to more than just a test or some other kind of assessment is really what makes them learn the information. As a STEM teacher, similar to what Elon Musk stated, I try to show my students the why behind the topics that we're learning about. My resources where I found the information to complete this presentation.